So how would a student, maybe an MBA student, undergraduate student, whether an engineering student or a communication student or a marketing student, how are they going to recognize leadership traits? What is it that they've got to understand about themselves that says, yeah, I think I've got what it takes to be in senior management?
In my view, I mean, the earliest and the easiest way to find out is if you are, and this could even be at home, it doesn't have to be in a college setting or in a group setting. Can you influence thought of a group? Because as a leader, it is, you do need to have the ability to do the day-to-day business, you need to have the skills, the talent and all that. But at the end of the day, a great part of leadership is to be able to influence others into thinking the way you want to take a company or, even if you want to move a couch in the house and, if the mother feels that it shouldn't be there, the father feels it should go someplace else, the brother or the sisters feel that it should be someplace else, and you think the couch should go here. Some people have the ability to say, you know what, that's where the couch needs to go, and here is how I'm going to influence all these people to make that happen. That is the key. And it is not, you cannot force yourself to do it. You try and move that couch there, somebody else will move it to the other place, and that's the end of it.
So when you think about how you're going to influence people, do you think more about your strengths and skills, or do you think about their strengths, maybe weaknesses, and how you're going to influence them? How does that play out?
I mean, there is with whatever you want to call it, there is an element of manipulation here, right?
Yes.
I mean, but the first most important thing, especially on the business side at least, is that core belief has to be there that this is the right thing to do. If you're trying to do it for other personal reasons or some other reason, people will see through it and it simply will not happen. So if you have to influence somebody, you have to be honest enough to know that this is the right thing to do. So that's step one for sure. After that, you really have to do it one step at a time. You have to find out what makes this other person stick. It is a psychological game or an exercise that you have to play. And not to get put off when somebody takes a hard position. A very important thing to do, especially in business settings where egos are very high and people are people have strong views, is never get yourself into a situation where the person you're trying to influence has already taken a very hard position. Because once people take that, especially in public, it is very difficult for them to climb down. And then you'll have to provide an escape hatch for them so that in a respectful way they can come to where you want to take the organization. So it involves a lot of work. It involves a lot of humility to understand that it might take longer than you really want to, because you can't bulldoze your way through it. Even if you own the company, you will be amazed how people below you can take the companies in directions you don't want it to go. But it is important to have the core belief and be relentless to get it there, no doubts about it.